This week we're going to talk about snow ratios. What exactly is a snow ratio? Well, it's the percentage of water in a certain amount of snow, and that's called a snow ratio. So an old rule of thumb is when you get 10 inches of snow, you have 1 inch of water. So you measure 10 inches of snow, you melt it down, and you get 1 inch of water out of the storm system. So if you're forecasting, that's one of the things you have to look for. What is the snow ratio? Forecast how much liquid and how much of that eventually turns out to snow. Now, that changes all depend on the temperature, heavily dependent on the temperature. The warmer the temperature is, the lower the snow ratio is. The higher the snow ratio, yeah, that's where we get the real powdery snow, easier to blow around, not as good as packing snow. This is good packing snow for snowmen and snowballs. That's when temperatures are getting closer to that freezing mark. When it gets colder around here, those snow ratios are a bit higher. So that dry snow, that higher snow ratio, snowflakes typically are a lot smaller and not as sticky. So they don't stick to each other as they fall from the clouds. And it's a lot less likely to stick to each other as they fall. And so therefore you get a lot of air in between those snowflakes and you get snow ratio more than 10 to 1. Again, that average is about 10 to 1 across the area. Not our area, but we'll show you that in just a second, but just in general, a 10 to 1. Now, a wet snow is that good packing snow. A lot harder to shovel as well. Typically, it falls as large snowflakes, and because the snowflakes are wet, they're likely to stick to each other and therefore making larger snowflakes as they fall, and the snow ratios are less than 10 to 1. So here's a look at the map across the nation. The lower snow ratios are across the south and along the east coast as well as the west coast. That's where the heavier snow would be, packing snow that is, more of the powdery snow. The fluffier snow would be more in the mountainous areas. Now here in eastern Iowa, our average snow ratio is about 12 to 13 to 1. So that is 1 inch of liquid could be up to 12 or 13 inches of snow. Again, that is an average. We're going to take a look back at the numbers in Dubuque of the last 7 snow events that have 2 inches of snow or more. And you can see there is a wide range, anywhere from 8 to 1, that's a wet, hard snow to shovel, and then you got as high as 35 to 1, very powdery snow, and not very good for snowballs or packing, but a lot easier to blow around, causing more travel problems. So yes, all snowstorms are not the same, as you could see, and that's just one aspect of forecasting the snow.